No, dude, it's cool. Kenny says you can download music for free on the internet. Really? Woo! You got a computer?
Recently, I went to Hot Topic and found a really cool Limewire t-shirt. Yes, that Limewire. The content pirating software that supplanted Napster and preceded Kazaa and existed during the weird bridge from DVDs to streaming apps period. After I bought the shirt, I started thinking, whatever happened to Limewire? And so now this video lives. Because Limewire holds a place in history as one of the largest open source content sharing pirating software giants. The early 2000s was a magical time of ubiquitous content. While Napster opened the door to open source file sharing and downloading, it had one major flaw: centralized servers, which made it very easy to track and shut down. Limewire took the baton and expanded with the decentralized model, making it more difficult to take down as there was no central point of failure. All it took was one person to upload a file to Limewire for videos, music, and images to propagate. It was great for a good minute, but like all things on the internet, it became bloated and at times a bit dark. I'll give a good personal example. This is when I was 18 and Star Wars Revenge of the Sith had just come out. My best friend and I were thinking, let's avoid paying to see it at the theater, and decided to download it on Limewire. This was not the age of high-speed internet, so it took 3 days for the file to finish downloading. We fire up the file that's clearly titled Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. It ended up being a video of a woman fucking a horse.
Yep, it was really giving it to her. And you know what? To be honest, I felt bad for her. We all just felt bad for her. Kind of felt bad for the horse.
Needless to say, this was one of the few times Limewire truly failed me and mentally scarred me. But porn being labeled as the latest blockbuster movie wasn't out of the ordinary. Vast amounts of music or videos were mislabeled, and you'd be lucky if it was just porn you ended up with, because the worst possibility was that you downloaded a malware virus. If you didn't almost destroy your family computer in the name of free music and movies in the early 2000s, did you even really live? Despite some nefarious users, the early to mid 2000s can be seen as a utopic bubble of open source content that would come to an end by the turn of the decade when copyright crackdowns were swiftly imposed.
Freeze, FBI! Down on the ground! Down on the ground! Hands! Let me see those hands!
On October 26, 2010, U.S. federal judges ordered Limewire to prevent the searching, downloading, uploading, file trading, and/or file distribution functionality, and/or all functionality of its software. When it came to the damages necessary to compensate the affected record labels, the injunction initially suggested that Limewire was responsible for $72 trillion in damages, before eventually settling on $105 million. Shortly afterward, the company stopped distributing the Limewire software, and versions 5511 and newer were disabled using a backdoor installed by the company. And just like that, the Oasis was gone. Sure, there's file sharing protocols like BitTorrent that exist, but it's not the same Wild West attitude and can more or less be called a regulated Limewire, as it only allows content that can be downloaded or uploaded legally. It would seem like this is where our story would end, but not quite. 11 years passed, and it was in 2021 that brothers Paul and Julian Zetmeyer bought the Limewire IP. However, they did not have intentions of turning it into a content pirating bay once again. Instead, Limewire has returned in the form of a blockchain NFT marketplace. Let that sink in. And the shift to an NFT marketplace makes sense for the Zetmeyers, as they have a history of successful tech ventures like ZeroSSL, a website authentication service, and EverSign, an e-signature service. So delving into the realm of NFTs, which are supposed to be an immutable file format, seems fitting. But this video couldn't be complete if I didn't test out the new Limewire to see how things work. And things are very, very different. First off, the new Limewire seems to be built more as a creator's hub than for simply sharing and consuming. And with AI being the content creation flavor of the year, Limewire leverages AI APIs like DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, and Google Imagen for pictures, and I believe they're using Google AI for the music generation. The Video Creation Hub is currently not available, but supposed to be rolled out in the near future. I played around with the image and music generators. Personally, I still prefer Midjourney for my AI-generated art compared to the APIs Limewire is using, and the music is underwhelming. but that may also be in part because I've never experimented with music prompts before, so there is a refinement and experimentation barrier. Now, aside from essentially being an AI creator studio, there's another massive change to the new Limewire. If you watch my documentary, Welcome to the Future, I discussed a new internet structure called micropayments, where you pay cents or fractions of them to complete tasks across the web or apps. I believe it's a way to deter internet bloat and, to a degree, make users more intent-based since they are paying for their actions. You guessed it, Limewire implements micropayments for creating on the platform. Every image or song you generate will cost fractions of a cent, which you can pay for using Limewire tokens. Yes, Limewire is a cryptocurrency now too. The world is just weird, and while I don't think a micropayment AI creation platform is a bad idea, it does seem a bit strange to not just implement a subscription style plan the way ChatGPT and so many other AI content creation services have done. More so, I'm having difficulty understanding why they bought the Limewire IP. Clearly, the new owners wanted to capitalize on the nostalgia of the Limewire name, but that nostalgia would be from people who used the original Limewire and know it used to be free. It seems like a quick path toward the mimetic base you wanted to create being disappointed by an upgraded version that feels worse than the original. The only edge I see Limewire having in the NFT marketplace currently is that it's a creation platform and marketplace leveraging AI. But how long before every NFT marketplace with a crypto token is doing the same? Limewire's return made a splash in the news for a couple weeks until people realized, oh, it's just another blockchain project now.
We said meh. M-E-H. Meh.
The new Limewire is an example of how just slapping a brand name on something unrelated to the original brand's purpose doesn't fly with the built-in user base. Maybe the new Limewire will end up being a bright return to success story, or maybe it just languishes in the massive and expanding sea of blockchain projects. But only time will tell. Thank you for watching this episode, and hope that it was, if not entertaining, at least informative. Please know your time, support, and feedback are always appreciated. Let me know what you think about the history of Limewire and its potential future in the comments. But take care, stay steezy gang, and I'll see you on the next.